So, well, we're a day late with the weekend video, so we might as well be a day late with the workshop Wednesday. So, workshop Thursday, really. Today we're working on a T6 145 New Holland. Basically, what I'm trying to do with this tractor, not all the time, it's not the main user of it, but it does go on the guy's flail mulcher, which is quite a brutal machine. So basically what we're trying to do is protect the underside from branches getting up and ripping wires off, damaging pipes, so on and so forth. Oh, and fuel tank and bits and pieces. So I'll show you what we've done so far. So the first plate I did, it was quite a simple one. Just a flat steel plate. Bolts up through there, and we've also put a couple of bolts in there just so it's solid. We've got more to do bolting wise at the back. There's actually a gap there that's got a bolt hole in it. So that was the first one, quite simple. Gives a bit of protection to the bottom of the diesel tank and that. The other side was a little bit more going on. So we get underneath the other side. So the other side, that step hangs down, but it's a plastic step, so I wanted to protect that. So obviously it's coming up underneath there. Cut it round so it follows around there, so you've not got a big chunk sticking out. That is bolted through there, 2 pieces of angle line that brings it underneath there. That makes it all nice and solid. You can see there where I've had to make sort of the thing for the step. And the other thing, which is important things to remember when doing stunts like this, we've got up there 2 grease nipples. I think mate said they're only like 300 hour greasing interval, so put a plate on there. Those are all captive, so it's literally get underneath here with your little buzz gun, buzz them all off, drop the plate down, and you can get in there. And it, as you can see by my hand, it's big enough to get up there with the grease gun and grease it. So that's what we did yesterday, and I'm pretty happy with that so far. You can see we've got bolts up through there, so it keeps that back solid. So you can see here what we're on about. They've already had a bit of a damage. Branches come up and hit that and crack that, so that shouldn't happen again because we've got a plate there covering the bottom bit, and we'll be bringing the plate sort of across here, so that'll be completely covered. But you can see now what we're trying to cover up. We've got pipes here, we've still got more of the diesel tank there to cover up. Yeah, not quite sure how we're going to do this yet, but that's not too critical. I suppose it should really have, very least I think we should take that off. But back there we've got air dry, we've got a pipe there, which they've already had a branch go up there and damage that electric box behind. Obviously again we've got the 2 back end filters, so we're going to need an access panel here. That's just water, must have had the aircon on. And then that side we've got more diesel tank, but I don't know why they keep doing this. They've jotted the diesel tank into the wheel. I'm not quite sure what to do with that, because if you're not careful in putting a guard in there, if the guard gets bent up into the diesel tank, the guard could actually damage the tank. So I'm not sure on that bit yet. But yeah, that's today's job. Just get all underneath here plated up. Likes of that pipe's very vulnerable there. Obviously we'll have to go round the hitch, can't go underneath the hitch because it's still used as a normal tractor, so the hitch needs to be serviceable. But yeah, there's a lot of head scratching, and this is basically why I didn't record anything yesterday, because I was just trying to get my head around it all. Oh, you can see that all works perfectly now. You can see we've got a sort of strap there. That's had to be bent like that to go around that bit, so that takes care of keeping the back up. And then the bolt you saw at the front goes up into this heavy plate here, so that's got it nice and solid. And you can still get at the battery, which the first one I did, I made a bit of a boo-boo, and it was a bit of an art to get near the battery. Oh, but yeah, it's a fun job crawling around underneath the tractor, trying to take measurements and trying to drill and bolt. And yeah, this is actually the third one I've done for him. Did his case, which this is the replacement of, and done his Mitsubishi track one, which is that little sod there. So right, I'm gonna do a bit of head scratching and try and get a plan together now then. So we've got the first piece marked up, so it looks a bit weird, but basically I've slid the plate underneath and then basically taken a welding rod off where I wanted it to go off the tractor, dropped it down, and that's how I've made the rough marks. Like you can see that one there, bit there, definitely see it there and there, and then slid this out, and then we've taken sort of proper measurements and straight edges, and then we've got our actual cut lines to go off. That's the plan. So I just need to remember that that is not a cut line, that is a bend line. Hang on a minute, because that bit's got to go. Right, we'll sort that in a minute, because that area there is where the hitch sits. I'll need to, there's the pipe for the push out on the hitch that needs to be protected, but obviously we've got to go round the hitch. Right, angle grinder, safety glasses, gloves, and let's make a load of sparks and noise and cover me van in a load more grinder dust. It happens. So we've got another piece of the jigsaw puzzle done. I know I'm not really filming what I'm doing because, well, there is a bit of making up as we go along. There's no sort of manual about how to do this, where to bolt to, how to do it, what to cut. But we have now. Another piece of the jigsaw puzzle in. So we've got a bracket welded on the back here, which bolts onto one of the original bolts off the trumpet housing. There's a bolt sticking out the side there, which we've welded a plate on and bolted onto the side of there, and then you just see it there, we've got a bolt that bolts through both of them plates, so it sort of ties it in. So the last piece is going to be sort of the final jigsaw puzzle. Basically what I'm thinking, the last plate, I'm going to put it underneath this one, but over the top of the two front plates. I'll probably have to slacken that down to get it to slide in. Or is that going to work? Oh. See, this is the header. You look at it and you come up with a plan and you start, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then you just, is that the right way? But we've got the added bonus on this other side of course having the filters that we need to get to easily, whether I make this plate easy to take off or do like I did for the grease nipples at the front, where we cut a section out and make an easy access plate to take off in order to do it. Don't know. The other thing with this one, whereas that one I could quite happily get away with, way is this the other side I think needs a side plate up it, just to help protect things. But we don't need, yeah, I think we'll be alright not going into the, or is it, do we need to get protection under the bottom of that air tank? I think we do, definitely. I'm going to say that ring at the bottom of it, we need to take that off. And of course we've got these pieces back to take care of as well. You can see that that's already taken a bit of damage. In fact, I don't think there's anything. So you can see that it's got a crack a bit already. This is all to do with, I think this is, yeah, Wabco. So that is all to do with air braking system. So it really could do with a bit of protection over it. Oh. Right, start the battle I think. Right, so this is the final plate. We've had it in, this will be third attempt. Basically figuring out, we've got to take a cut out of there. It's a bit tight in the air tanks, we've taken a chunk out there and then gone back to there. And then the pin on the back of the hitch is just a bit tight. Well, I'm just going to take that bit off there with a grinder, and then we've got the pipes that come into the hitch for the extension. So we've just got a set of adjustables. I wanted the big adjustables, but he's gone off with his big set of adjustables, and my set is in the tractor. So we've had to use a little set. So I'd have preferred it more starting back here, bending down, but it should be enough. It's just so the pipes don't rub on the edge of the metal. So sling it in, I suppose. So still got to figure out do all the drilling, see how it fastens. I want this panel actually to be quite easy to take in and out. I think that is the easiest way for doing back end service on the tractor. Just make this panel relatively easy to come out. That way it's you've got all your room then to do your service work. Right, let's go underneath. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Right. Up there. One. Right. That's her in that side. Seem to be a little off on that pinhole. Right, you can see up there the pipes, so that works for that. That seems to be off by a little bit, unfortunately, but I don't think it's going to matter really. How's it get there? We tight up on that gap there, that's where we need to be there. So, the plan is now, I need to make a bracket for here, because what I'm thinking, drill 2 holes there. I might drill them right through. I was going to tap them, but I might drill them all the way through, because you can get easily at the back with a spanner. See, we go nut and bolt with this because we've got this access panel, so you can take that off, so we could drill that all the way through for that. Gonna probably have to put a bracket up there, just to hold that together so we don't end up with anything punching through. Right, back. Oh, air tank. We've got plenty of space up on the air tank now. We do actually want to sort of bend here somewhere, so I think I'm going to put a slice down there so that'll bend, and then when it's in the right place we can drill it and put a bolt through to keep it where it is. Oh, because we've got a gap here. Ooh. Yeah, we've got a gap here. Right. Just need to work out this now. I think I need to take a bit more off there. From there, going up there, so that will sit up there. Oh. I'm probably going to have to take a bit off here so we can get that tight up to the axle. Yeah, more head scratching. So this is it. She's done. There's a few little tweaks I really would like to do, but I was running out of time and definitely running out of steam. So I can always tweak them at a later date. But that's what we've got. Hang on. We can go to that. We can have a proper look. Oh, underneath it all. So that is it, she is done now. She should be safe now for use on the mulcher without risk of damaging. That's one of the things I need to sort. Bit of a mismeasurement, so we could do with filling that gap in really, but it should be safe enough. So now, I just need to clear up the mess I've made. And it is a fair mess. And so it's all been done with arc welders, so there is little ends of rods and little shards of metal and all that. So get all the tools cleaned up and get them all put away. And take out the big chunks of metal and put them either scrap or wherever's best for them, and then I want to give all this just a good sweep down, then I'm not putting punctures in customers' tyres. But yeah, we're done. So it's time of the video, sign off time. Like I said, I've still got all this tied up to do, but I thought you guys might actually appreciate the absolute state of my overalls. That's what you get for 2 days lying underneath the tractor. So that's it. I would have liked to show you more of what I was actually doing in the process of going through it all, but like I said, it was a bit make it up as we go along, and well, I was more focused on trying to iron out the problems and get it as good as I could. So, but yeah, that's guarding the underside of a tractor. So, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a very, very grubby thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Don't forget about the shop. If you would like any merchandise or a nice non-agricultural gift for anyone. If you haven't, don't forget to hit the subscribe and ring the little bell. That way you got notifications on the randomness of my videos. Oh, I just realised I've burnt my arm. Oh well. Yeah, so that's it. We're done. Stay safe, stay well, look after yourselves, and of course don't forget to look after each other as well. We'll see you on the next one. I've got no idea when it's coming up or what it's going to be, but there'll be another video at some point. Right, that's me done.